All right, Joe, for this, you can just look at me. Don't even worry about the camera. I'll go ahead and hold this for you. First of all, talk about when Johnny Cueto was here for that last start. What was that like, getting to catch, the Reds' ace?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, anytime a big-time big league pitcher comes through here, you get a little extra excited. That's especially the case with Johnny, being our ace pitcher for our big league club, and he was an ultra nice guy. He was very easy to work with. And he, even though he was at a lower level, he still had a real passion for the game, and he was really fun to work with.
Were there any jitters at all, the first couple throws that he made, or, when you just tossed back to him?
No, not really. Like I said, he was really easy to get along with, very personal. And you boil it down to it, it's just another game of baseball, no matter who's on the mound. And it actually calmed my nerves a little bit, being he was so easy to catch. I mean, every pitch was right there on the money, so it was really fun.
Now, how did it work in terms of kind of calling pitches and, figuring out what you guys were going to do? Did he have a lot of say into that, or did you just go with what you wanted?
Before the game, I talked to him. I was like, hey, man, what do you want to work on? Anything in particular? And he's like, yeah, fastballs, curveballs, cutters, sliders, both sides of the plate. I just want to make it as realistic as possible as a big league game. And I did my best to call the pitches that I thought were the right in certain situations. And in between innings, I'd go up to him and talk to him. I was like, hey, how was that? How's this? What can we do better? And he was like, no, we're good. That's it. Keep going. And it was awesome.
Okay. Now, I saw early in the game he kind of waved you to the mound. What was that for? What was he talking about there?
Yeah, he wanted me to set up more in the corners of the plate. At this level, I'm instructed to set up more in the thirds of the home plate, more in the middle of the plate, because pitchers don't have that much of a command down here at this level. But obviously, Mr. Cueto's got quite the command with his pitches, so he wanted me to scoot further on outside, inside parts of the plate, and that was it. That was all.
Okay. Have you thought about, since he's supposed to be here tomorrow, about getting to do that all again?
Yeah, no, I sure hope I do. I mean, hopefully tomorrow's not the last time I catch Johnny, but if it is, then tomorrow's going to be fun. Like I said, a great guy, great pitcher, and it makes it easy for me back there. He puts everything right in the money.
So is there anything that you would want to do differently or do again, if you get to catch him again?
No, nothing really. I mean, I thought the first time went great. I mean, I'm here for him. I mean, he's got a job to do for our big league club, and I'm just glad that I could be the catcher at this level that could help him get back, and he will eventually.
Now, did you get to catch some of the other guys in spring or anything like that?
Yeah, I caught a handful of the big league guys. Leak, Chapman, Arroyo, Broxton, and LeCure, and Andrusik, some of the big league relief pitchers, and it's just amazing what they can do with the baseball, effortlessly, putting the ball low in the strike zone with every pitch they have, and obviously that's the difference between this level and the big leagues, and it's really exciting to watch those guys.
Was it different at all, catching someone like that in the spring versus in a real game here in Dayton?
Yeah, I mean, mentally you're more locked in a game, but as far as being different with pitches and stuff like that, they're the same guys, same pitches, and I mean, as a catcher, I'm just trained to catch the ball, and that's the job description, and it was no different really.
What's it like trying to catch Aroldis Chapman's fastball?
Well, I got a chance to catch him in spring training, and he was sitting at an easy 95, 97, and I could tell that he had a lot more left in the tank. He was just flipping fastball sliders up there effortlessly, but still running it up on the gun. So I can only imagine what it's like catching him when the adrenaline's going and everything.
Okay. Was there anyone that was your favorite, or maybe the hardest person to catch?
Well, my favorite is Mike Leake. I mean, he's a guy who's known for his command. So I could probably catch him with one eye closed and the other squinted, because that guy, I mean, it's unbelievable. I don't have to move my glove. Every pitch is right there. And as far as least favorite goes, I mean, Chapman was up there just because it's just sheer velocity, and your reaction time's less, so it makes it harder to catch him. And his stuff's just better and sharper, and so that made it a lot harder.
Okay. What's it been like this first month or so here in Dayton compared to maybe what your expectations were?
Well, obviously, our record hasn't reflected what our potential is. And everyone keeps saying how great this team could be and what our potential is, and I still stand behind that. And relatively, we still have a large part of the season still to go. And so I don't want Dayton or any coaches or players or anyone giving up on us, because we're going to be a really good team. It's just a matter of time. But Dayton, the city and the stadium and the fans and everything have lived up to the expectations. It's been a great place to be and a great place to play, and I'm still really looking forward to playing here the rest of the year.
Personally, how do you feel about your development thus far?
So far, so good. Obviously, you could always do better. But personally, I'm learning a lot about the pitch calling and the game behind the plate more than anything as a catcher. There's certain pitches and certain situations that you're going to want to call over one another, and there's just a lot that goes into it, more than I ever thought. And I'm actually glad that I'm getting the opportunity here in low A to learn that now, whereas hopefully when I get up in levels that it's just become second nature.
All right, and one more Johnny Cueto question for you. Usually when a guy like that is making a rehab start, not really worried about trying to hold guys on base, throwing over to different things. Is that kind of a bummer for you, just in terms of if they do try to steal, it makes your job a little bit more difficult to try to throw out those runners?
Honestly, that's the least of my worries. I'm there to catch Johnny. I'm there for his good and his, rehab and whatever he's got to do. And if he feels like he doesn't need to hold the runner, then, I'm just going to have to wear it. And, I'm not really worried about the stats and this and that running against me. And I'm there to catch and call a game and help him get back to the big leagues.
Is there anything else you'd like to add about this, first month plus of the season, or anything that we didn't touch on?
No, just like I said, our record doesn't reflect about how good this team can really be. Once we start rolling, we're going to be good, and I really firmly believe that, and I don't want anyone giving up on us.
All right. Awesome. Thank you. Appreciate it, man.
Appreciate it.